But we do have some domestic cues as well. Our research team is joining it to tell you just that. What's the trade setup looking like? The stocks that are likely to be in the news and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you. Vivek, let me come across to you first up. Looks like it could be another day in the red for our own markets.
Well, absolutely. It's the kind of handover that we've actually received along expected lines. The Fed rate hike came in. The US indices ended low for the third straight session, and the regional bank sell-off continued. So, most of anticipated, overnight cues have actually fructified as expected. Now, European markets too ended with marginal gains, but this was before, the Fed meeting outcome came into the picture. Now, when you're talking about crude oil prices, it continues to see a very significant and sharp decline. And for the second straight session, crude oil prices have ended over 4% lower. So Brent futures now down 4% in yesterday's trading session at the $72 a barrel mark. WTI futures too are coming in 4% lower at the $67.9 a barrel mark. Now, when you're talking about our own Indian markets, have been significant outperformers. Yesterday, Indian markets, snapped a six-day losing streak, a six-day gaining streak rather, and the broader markets managed to outperform the benchmark indices. Today's trend will be very important to watch out for. What actually outperformed yesterday? The FMCG, pack outperformed yesterday. Tire stocks to outperform. It will be interesting to see whether that trend continues. Key results today, where there will be result reactions, would be Titan, and also some important results like HDFC, Hero Motor, Tata Power would be declaring their results today. And more importantly, Asia as well as SGX Nifty is indicating a subdued start to our own markets.
Okay, all right. So that's the market setup, expecting a weaker start for Indian markets, but a lot of stocks that will be in focus as well. Surbi has that list for us. Surbi.
Hi, good morning. Let's start with the earnings first. The first one is Titan, where the revenue was above the CNBC-TV18 poll, came in at 9,700 odd crores, but there was a slight miss on the EBITDA and the margin fronts. The margin has come in at 11% versus a poll of 11.6%. ABB India reported a good set of numbers. The revenue was up 23%, the EBITDA was up 52%, and margins have come in at 12% versus 9.5%. Tata Chemicals, again a decent set. The revenue was up 27%, EBITDA was up 47%, and the margins have come in at 22%. Cholamandalam Investment, the numbers beats the poll. It was a very robust quarter. The net interest income is up 31% and the PAT is up nearly 24%. Sona BLW, again a very strong set of numbers, a revenue up 36%, the EBITDA is up 50%, and the margins have come in at 27%. Apart from that, Reliance will also be in focus as the resolution has been passed for the demerger of the financial services business by the shareholders, unsecured and the secured creditors. And lastly, Hero Motor, the company is going to expand its EV brand Vida to 100 cities by the end of the ongoing calendar year, and the company has also announced that it has reduced the price of its EV offering. The company is also going to report its earnings today. Apart from that, Dabur, HDFC and Tata Power will also be in focus as they are going to report its numbers today.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Surbi, for that list. A lot of stocks that will be on our radar. But let's talk about the F&O space. Nigel is joining in with all those cues. Hey, Nigel.
Well, morning, Sonal. The FIs, they're back to their shorting base. Yesterday, they added shorts to the tune of close to around 8,000 contracts, and they unwound some long contracts. So that's why we have the FIs back to net short positioning on the index. It's moved up to around 54%. On the option side, well, they bought more puts than calls. In fact, they bought 2 puts for every 1 call that they bought. On the writing side, though, that's giving you some hope from a bullish perspective because they wrote 65,000 put contracts. And it seems that there was some writing on the Nifty Bank put as well. In yesterday's trade, you had the 43,200 put, added close to around 15 lakh shares, premium at around 100 rupees. So there was some writing being seen out there. At one point of time, the premium was close to around 200 rupees. So on the Nifty Bank, you'll want it to hold that 43,000 odd mark. On the Nifty, well, the 18,000 put, there was a mix of activity out there, but it appears there was some writing as well. The premium came down to around 20 rupees. Call writing has come back, and that's why at higher levels you're expecting supply to come in there. So the recent high, that's around 18,180, that becomes a bit of a resistance, and the zone would be 18,150 to around 18,180 on the upside. That'll be the resistance zone. On the downside, though, going by the options data, the 17,950 to around 17,975 level, that'll be a bit of a support zone. Remember, we have weekly expiry that plays out today, so volatility should pick up, but that's the broad zone. The positioning is such that we hold on to that level. SGX Nifty suggesting a bit of a downtick to kickstart trade. I think at some point of time, risk reward could favor a buy closer to around that 18,000 odd mark. So let's see how this one goes. Back to you.
Okay, all right. Nigel, Surbi and Vivek, thank you so much for joining us and telling us what to expect from our trading session today. Time for a break now. When we return, we'll talk about earnings. Titan reported an inline set of fourth quarter numbers. We'll get you all the analysis on the other side. Stay tuned.